Some tennis matches are remembered because they produce a champion, others are remembered because they introduce a future star to the world. When Alex Eala walked onto center court to face Jasmine Paolini at Wimbledon, she carried more than a tennis racket. She carried the hopes of an entire nation. For millions of Filipinos watching across different time zones, this wasn't simply another fourth-round match at a Grand Slam. It was a moment that many had dreamed about for decades. A young player from the Philippines had earned her place on the most famous tennis court in the world, standing only one victory away from the Wimbledon quarterfinals. Across the net stood Jasmine Paolini, an experienced Grand Slam finalist and one of the most consistent competitors on the WTA Tour. The challenge could hardly have been greater. Yet before a single ball was struck, something extraordinary had already happened. Alex Eala had changed the conversation surrounding Philippine tennis. She had shown that a player from a nation rarely associated with Grand Slam success could compete on equal footing with the world's elite. She had inspired millions of young athletes to believe that the biggest stages in sport were no longer out of reach, and she had earned the respect of tennis fans far beyond her own country. Welcome to Tennis Playhouse. Today, we're taking an in-depth look at one of the most talked about matches of the Wimbledon Championships, Alex Eala versus Jasmine Paolini. We'll break down what happened from the opening point to the final handshake, examine the tactical decisions that shaped the contest, and explain why, despite the final result, this match became one of the defining moments of Alex Eala's young career. Because sometimes the greatest victories are not measured by the scoreboard. Sometimes they are measured by the respect earned from opponents, the admiration of spectators, and the history created along the way. To understand why this match carried such enormous significance, we first need to look at the remarkable journey that brought Alex Eala to center court. Professional tennis is one of the most demanding sports in the world. There are no teammates to rely on during difficult moments. No substitutions. No timeouts that completely stop the action. Every decision belongs to the player standing alone on the court. Long before Wimbledon, Eala had accepted those challenges. After developing into one of the brightest junior talents in the world, she continued her training at the Rafa Nadal Academy in Spain, where discipline, consistency, and mental toughness became central parts of her development. The academy emphasizes that improvement is earned through repetition rather than shortcuts. Every drill has a purpose. Every practice session builds toward future opportunities. Those lessons became evident as Eala gradually climbed through the professional ranks. She learned how to adapt to different surfaces. She became more comfortable competing against experienced opponents. Most importantly, she developed the confidence to trust her own game under pressure. That confidence would prove essential at Wimbledon. Grass has always been one of tennis's most demanding surfaces. The lower bounce leaves players with less time to react. Footwork becomes even more important. Matches can change direction within only a few points. For younger players still gaining experience, adapting quickly is often the difference between advancing and going home. Eala embraced the challenge. Rather than becoming overwhelmed by the occasion, she approached the tournament with remarkable composure. She focused on one match at a time, one game at a time, 1 point at a time. As the rounds progressed, something remarkable began to happen. The crowds around her matches became larger. Commentators started highlighting her intelligent court positioning and calm decision-making. Journalists identified her as one of the breakout stories of the tournament. Supporters carrying Philippine flags appeared throughout the grounds, creating an atmosphere unlike anything Eala had experienced before. Each victory increased expectations, but it also strengthened belief. Her movement across the grass became more confident with every match. Her return game consistently placed pressure on opponents. She defended with patience before choosing the right moment to attack. Those qualities allowed her to compete successfully against increasingly difficult opponents. By the time she reached the second week of Wimbledon, she was no longer viewed simply as an exciting young prospect. She had become a legitimate contender capable of challenging established names on one of tennis's biggest stages. That remarkable run set up a meeting with Jasmine Paolini. The matchup represented a fascinating contrast. Paolini entered with the experience of competing deep into Grand Slam tournaments and the confidence of someone who had repeatedly succeeded under enormous pressure. Eala arrived with fearless determination, growing confidence, and the momentum of a player enjoying the finest stretch of tennis in her professional career. It was experience versus momentum, patience versus persistence, one player seeking another major breakthrough, the other trying to make history for her country. As center court filled with spectators from around the world, anticipation reached another level. Fans understood they were about to witness more than just another fourth-round match. They were about to see whether one of Wimbledon's most inspiring stories could continue. Neither player intended to give anything away easily. Both understood exactly what was at stake. For Paolini, a place in the quarterfinals. For Eala, another chance to rewrite the history books. The opening warm-up offered only a brief glimpse of the battle ahead. Within minutes, center court would become the stage for one of the most compelling contests of the tournament. And every point that followed would reveal why this match remains one of the defining moments of Alex. The first few minutes of the match revealed exactly why so many tennis analysts had been eager to watch this contest. Neither player looked intimidated by the occasion. There were no tentative rallies, no cautious opening exchanges. From the very first game, both Alex Eala and Jasmine Paolini made it clear that every point would have to be earned. Center court immediately settled into a rhythm that only Wimbledon can create. Thousands of spectators watched in near silence during each rally, then erupted into applause whenever a point ended with exceptional shot-making or remarkable defense. The atmosphere was intense, yet respectful. Every game felt important. Every hold of serve carried momentum. For Alex Eala, the opening challenge was managing Paolini's experience. The Italian had already proven herself on the biggest stages of professional tennis. She understood how to control the tempo of important matches, how to remain calm during pressure moments, and how to recognize the exact opportunities to attack. Those qualities became evident early in the opening set. Paolini consistently placed deep returns near the baseline, limiting Eala's ability to dictate rallies with her forehand. Rather than attempting spectacular winners, she patiently constructed points, forcing Eala to defend from uncomfortable positions before creating openings to finish rallies. It was intelligent, disciplined tennis, but Eala answered with the same qualities that had carried her through the tournament. Her movement across the grass remained outstanding. She chased down difficult shots that many players would have given up on. She absorbed pressure without losing confidence. Most importantly, she refused to abandon her game plan. Instead of forcing low-percentage shots, she trusted her consistency. That patience kept the first set remarkably competitive. Several games extended well beyond the usual rhythm of grass court tennis. Long rallies tested both players physically and mentally. Neither competitor wanted to blink first. As the set progressed, however, experience gradually made the difference. Paolini converted one of the limited opportunities she created, earning the crucial advantage she needed. Although Eala continued fighting until the final point of the set, the Italian managed to protect her lead and secured the opener, 6-4. For many young players, losing the opening set on center court against an experienced opponent can become overwhelming. The scoreboard creates additional pressure. The magnitude of the occasion becomes even more difficult to ignore. This was the moment that revealed one of Alex Eala's greatest strengths. She never panicked. During the changeover, her body language remained composed. There were no signs of frustration, no rushed decisions, no emotional reactions that suggested the match was slipping away. Instead, she quietly prepared for the second set with the confidence of someone who still believed she could change the direction of the contest. That belief quickly translated into her tennis. The opening games of the second set looked different. Eala stepped into the court more aggressively on return. She took the ball earlier whenever possible, preventing Paolini from comfortably controlling rallies. Her serve became more effective. She began finding better angles with her ground strokes, forcing the Italian to cover more of the court. Little by little, the momentum shifted. Center court sensed it immediately. Every successful rally from Eala generated louder applause. Every confident winner inspired greater belief among the spectators. The crowd understood they were witnessing a young player refusing to allow the moment to become too large. Rather than protecting herself from mistakes, she embraced the challenge. That mindset transformed the match. Pressure, which had initially rested almost entirely on Eala, gradually shifted toward Paolini. Now the experienced Italian had to respond to an opponent playing with increasing confidence and freedom. Several service games became fiercely contested. Breakpoint opportunities appeared. Momentum changed hands repeatedly. Both players displayed exceptional athleticism, extending rallies that seemed impossible to recover. The quality of tennis continued rising. Then came one of the defining moments of the afternoon. Eala produced a series of confident service games, combining intelligent placement with disciplined shot selection. She defended brilliantly when required, then immediately turned defense into attack whenever an opening appeared. It was exactly the balance that had fueled her remarkable Wimbledon run. Paolini remained dangerous throughout the set, but Eala's consistency continued improving. Point by point, game by game, she forced the match back onto level terms. When she captured the second set, 6-4, center court erupted. The applause echoed throughout the stadium. Thousands of spectators rose from their seats, energized by the remarkable comeback unfolding before them. What had begun as a difficult challenge had become an unforgettable contest. Now everything would be decided by a single set. One final battle, one final opportunity. One player would continue chasing the Wimbledon title. The other would see an extraordinary tournament come to an end. The tension inside center court was impossible to ignore. Every player dreams of moments like these, but only those capable of embracing immense pressure can truly thrive within them. Alex Eala had already demonstrated that she belonged on this stage. The question now was whether she could complete one more comeback against one of the world's most experienced competitors. The answer would unfold over the next few unforgettable games that would ultimately define not only the outcome of the match, but also one of the most memorable stories of the entire Wimbledon Championships. Eala's remarkable rise. The deciding set is where tennis often becomes less about technique and more about character. After nearly 2 sets of relentless competition, both Alex Eala and Jasmine Paolini had already pushed each other to extraordinary levels. Every sprint, every defensive slide on the grass, and every perfectly timed winner had taken its toll. Now, only one question remained. Who could maintain their composure when the pressure became almost unbearable? From the opening game of the final set, it was clear that neither player intended to back down. Eala continued playing with confidence. She attacked second serves whenever the opportunity appeared and refused to retreat behind the baseline, knowing that giving Paolini too much time would only allow the Italian to dictate play. Paolini answered with the calmness that comes from years of competing at the highest level. Rather than forcing spectacular shots, she trusted the fundamentals that had carried her through countless difficult matches. Her first serve became increasingly reliable, and she consistently found deep, accurate returns that prevented Eala from taking immediate control of rallies. The contrast between the two players became even more fascinating. Eala relied on fearless determination. Paolini relied on experience. One looked to create opportunities through aggressive court positioning. The other patiently waited for the right moment to strike. Every game felt like a chess match. Every point required careful decision-making. There were moments when Eala produced breathtaking tennis. She chased down balls that appeared impossible to reach. She redirected pace with remarkable precision. She forced Paolini into extended rallies that tested both players physically and mentally. Each time she won one of those demanding exchanges, center court responded with another wave of applause. The crowd appreciated not only the quality of the tennis but also the courage she displayed. Even when trailing in crucial moments, Eala never appeared defeated. She continued believing. She continued competing. She continued searching for a way back. That resilience became one of the defining images of her Wimbledon campaign. But Grand Slam matches are often decided by only a handful of moments. One loose service game, one missed return, one perfectly executed passing shot. Those tiny margins can determine who advances and who goes home. As the final set progressed, Paolini gradually began taking control of those decisive moments. She served with greater consistency under pressure. Her shot selection became even more disciplined. Instead of allowing Eala to dictate the tempo, she repeatedly forced the rallies into patterns that favored her own strengths. It was the kind of tactical adjustment expected from one of the tour's most accomplished competitors. Eala fought to change the momentum. She continued attacking whenever opportunities appeared. She continued making Paolini earn every single point. Several games extended deep into deuce, with neither player willing to surrender even the smallest advantage. The physical demands became increasingly visible. Long rallies tested endurance. Quick directional changes challenged both players' movement on the grass, yet neither competitor showed any desire to slow down. Center court recognized the quality of what it was witnessing. Every remarkable rally drew louder reactions. Every momentum swing increased the tension inside the stadium. This had become far more than a routine fourth-round match. It had become one of the most captivating contests of the tournament. Then came the stretch that ultimately decided everything. Paolini elevated her level once again. She combined aggressive serving with outstanding court coverage, forcing Eala into increasingly difficult positions. Whenever an opportunity appeared, the Italian took full advantage. Her experience allowed her to remain composed during the biggest points of the afternoon. Eala continued fighting until the very end. She never stopped believing another comeback might still be possible. Even when the scoreboard became increasingly difficult, her effort never changed. She chased every ball. She competed for every point. She refused to let the occasion overwhelm her. That determination earned enormous respect from everyone watching. Eventually, after more than 2 hours of outstanding tennis, Paolini closed out the deciding set 6-3, securing a hard-earned victory and advancing to the Wimbledon quarterfinals. The scoreboard showed defeat for Alex Eala, but the atmosphere inside center court told a very different story. Before Eala even reached her chair, spectators throughout the stadium rose to their feet. The applause continued. It wasn't simply appreciation for one match. It was recognition of an unforgettable tournament. Fans understood they had watched far more than an emerging player exceed expectations. They had witnessed someone announce herself as a genuine contender for the future of women's tennis. As Eala acknowledged the crowd, the emotion of the moment was evident. Weeks of preparation had led to this stage. Years of sacrifice had made this opportunity possible. Although disappointment naturally accompanied the result, there was also unmistakable pride. She had competed on equal terms with one of the world's best players. She had forced a deciding set on center court. And she had earned the admiration of tennis fans across the globe. For Jasmine Paolini, the victory represented another important step in her Wimbledon campaign. For Alex Eala, the defeat became something entirely different. It became proof that she belonged, proof that she could challenge elite competition on the sport's biggest stages, proof that her breakthrough was not built on luck, but on skill, preparation, and unwavering belief. Long after the official statistics fade from memory, many fans will remember this match for a different reason. Not because of the final score, but because it marked the moment when Alex Eala transformed from a promising young talent into a player the entire tennis world would continue to watch.